Hey guys, Surgeon here. Welcome to a new video. We're going to be talking about the Halloween event that just got released today. I'm going to walk you guys through it. Now, this Halloween event, my goal is to get it done for you guys in about 15 minutes or less, or your money back. So, without further ado, let's jump into this. For this, or I guess you could call it a quest, for this event, it would be very helpful to have Remington teleports, Lumbridge teleports, and really that's about it in terms of your teleports. If you can't do Remington teleports, then teleport to a fairy ring or glories or things like that would be very helpful. Lumbridge, you really want Lumbridge teleports, you should be able to get that. Have a teleport to the farming patch that is south of Falador, so if you have an explorer's ring, that's actually perfect, and that's exactly what you'll want. Other things I would recommend having would be stamina potions, because this event does have you running around quite a bit. You're going to need 2 cabbages, which you can pick before you actually need them in the quest, so if you don't have them right now, that's fine. Tinderbox, not needed, but it does speed you up. And that's it. Graceful is really good. Make sure you've got 5 open inventory slots. And without that, let's get right into this. So this event starts at the chapel just north of the AIQ Fairy Ring port, which is kind of by the Skeletal Wyvern dungeon. Right outside the chapel is going to be a guy named Erik. You're going to talk to him and go through basically all of his dialogue. He's going to eventually tell you that you need to go to Father Ernie, who's actually the priest that you talked to during the Restless Ghost, so teleport to Lumbridge and start running over towards him. Now you're going to notice for the first portion of this that I'm not really progressing in the same way that y'all will be, as in I won't be at the same dialogue point, and that's because when I first recorded this, for whatever reason, my computer decided that it didn't like me and it wanted to completely delete and stop recording the first portion that I had already done. So I'm walking you guys through as if I hadn't done it, but there will be dialogue in sections where I'm not personally having dialogue there. So just continue running up to Father Ernie. This is why you bring stamina potions, because you will be running around quite a bit. What you're going to do is you're going to come to Father Ernie. You're going to talk to him, and then you're going to select option 2. And then option 2, you can just hold down spacebar and go right through that entire phrase during the entire conversation. He'll eventually give you a key. Once you get that key, go ahead and teleport back to Remington, or your method of choice, and you're just going to make your way back to Erik, which is outside the monastery where we started the event. So whatever means of transportation you have of getting there, go ahead and do that. For me, using house teleports to Remington is fantastic. Fairy rings are also very good as well. Alright, so once you're back at Erik, go ahead and talk to him and then use your key on the trapdoor, which is just to the north of the altar. And then there will be a little cutscene that appears that says the Chambers of Erik and all this fun stuff. And then you'll walk forward and talk to Erik. He's going to tell you that he's trying to set this whole thing up for his kids, and he wants to make it as spooky as possible, so you need to light the candles in the southernmost room. If you don't have a tinderbox, that crate that I just searched will have a tinderbox in it, but if you already have a tinderbox, it won't let you grab another one. So then just go ahead and use your tinderbox on the candles. This is pretty standard stuff that you would do in like most events or, you know, most quests. So light all 4 of them. Once the 4th has been lit, go ahead and talk to Erik again. And the next thing he's going to tell you to do is to go grab some cow blood, so teleport to the cabbage patch if you can. But what you're trying to do is get to the farm just south of Falador. This is where you can also pick the 2 cabbages if you haven't already. So go ahead and do that, and then you're going to make your way inside the farmhouse, and you're going to be talking to Sarah. When you talk to Sarah, you're going to want to select option 2, which is going to be talking about cow's blood. You're going to some really funny dialogue. I would actually recommend reading this dialogue if you don't care about the speed of it, because there's a lot of kind of witty and funny dialogue, as you know, Jack X usually does in these events. So once you've gotten to cow's blood, you'll get a little vial full of it. Once you've gotten that, go ahead and teleport back to Remington. Make your way back to Erik. Remember, if you have stamina potions, to keep drinking those as well. You want to make sure that you're running through this if you are trying to speedrun this. Make your way back inside the trapdoor, back downstairs. Then you'll talk to Erik again. You're going to give him the cow's blood. There'll be a little cutscene where he takes the cow's blood and throws it around the room. And you're like, that's disgusting. And he's like, whatever. So the next thing that he's going to tell you to do is that you need to go and get a cauldron because you want to get a bubbling cauldron because you want to be spoopy because it's Halloween and stuff. So you're going to need to run back up the ladder and go back to Remington. If you have a lot of teleports to Remington, you can go ahead and teleport back to Remington to make this process faster, but it's really not that far of a run, so I just run back. You're going to be going to the same house where you do the Witch's Potion, which is a free-to-play quest, and you probably have all done it. You're going to talk to the witch inside. Select option 2. Borrow the cauldron. Just go through all the dialogue. And then once you have the cauldron in your inventory, run to the house next door and fill it up with water in the sink. Use your I wouldn't use your cabbages on it. Use the cauldron on the cabbages. That way you don't accidentally eat one of the cabbages and then have to run all the way back. Use the cauldron on the cabbages to make sure that you cut out that possibility of something like that happening. Then run back to Erik. Run downstairs and talk to him in the middle of the room. There'll be a little fire pit in the middle of the room. Talk to him. He'll put the cauldron down. Once you're done talking to him, use your tinderbox on the cauldron to light it to make it bubble. Then once you've done that, talk to Erik again, and he'll say we need some cobwebs in here. During these conversations with Erik, you can select option 2 anytime like there's a choice, and the second option is generally faster. So if you want to try to cut down the time, go ahead and do that as well. You're going to run just north of the chapel, and there'll be a spider that you can talk to, not one that you can kill, but one that you can talk to. Just go through the entire dialogue, pick up the spider, and run back to Erik. Go back to Erik, talk to him, and once you're done with that, right-click on Eek and release her. And she will go through and put up a bunch of webs and stuff. Talk to Erik again. He'll say that you want skeletons to be made in here, and the way that you do that is you open up these coffins, all 4 coffins, search them as you open them, take out the skeleton, and there are these little wall fastenings. There's like 1 on the western wall, 1 on the eastern wall, and 2 on the southern wall. Just go ahead and use the skeletons on there. Alright, once you've put the 4th skeleton on, talk to Erik again. He's going to have you go do something else. Again, select option 2 if you want to go through the dialogue faster. So what you need to do now is you need to run upstairs in the church. And right to the south of the altar, there's a lectern. Go ahead and just click on the lectern to take it. And then run back downstairs. Erik will have moved locations. He'll be in the far southern room where you lit the candles in the beginning. Go ahead and talk to Erik in there. And then he will put the lectern down, go through the dialogue again, and then the next thing he's going to have you do is help him write a story, and I'm going to go through the options. So the first answer is blood. The second one is childish giggling, the 4th option. The third is a toy doll, the 3rd option. The 4th is something moving in the cupboard, the 3rd option. I forget what number it is, but the next one is his toys. I believe that's number 5. Number 6 is the doll coming to life, the 3rd option. And the last one is Erik was never seen again, option number 2. And then that will be the end of the story. Erik will say it's great, blah, 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 go through all the dialogue. Again, press option 2 to go through all this dialogue faster. And then he will eventually tell you to run up to Remington to go grab the kids. So either teleport or run to Remington. Again, from the chapel to Remington, it's not that far of a run, so I don't mind running. But if you want to teleport, you're more than welcome to as well. Talk to one of the parents. Go through the dialogue. As you can tell, there's a lot of talking in these events. Then you'll see a cutscene where you'll walk the kids back to the church. You'll see Erik doing some stuff that he should never do. Like, this is standard horror movie stuff where he starts messing around with like the Ouija board, and then, you know, things are coming to life and the screen goes red and there's rumbling and then jump scare and then it's gone and then he's running away from the church. And then, in classic horror story fashion, you walk the kids into the church and you don't even lead them in there. He's like, hey, he's down there in the trap door. And then you go down the trap door to meet them, and as you go to click on the trap door, Erik's like, no, you can't do that. And so then you need to walk back outside the church and talk to Erik, who's appeared. Talk to him, go through his dialogue, and then what you need to do is you need to go downstairs first. And you'll need to walk into the southern room and go talk to the spirit. When talking to the spirit, select option 4. Then select option 1. Then after that, you can leave. And you want to go to Lumbridge. We're going back to Father Ernie now. And this is, we're in the tail end of it. So, talk to Father Ernie. So once you're back at Father Ernie, select option 2. Go through the dialogue. There's quite a chunk of dialogue here. Select or search through the crates to the northwest of the house. Teleport back to Remington. Run back to the church. Once you're back at the church, go back down the trapdoor, but before you do that, equip the clown costume. All 5 pieces. Then go downstairs, run to the south room, and now you're going to confront the spirit. Which you'll go through his dialogue, and then kind of a creepy-ish cutscene will happen, where all you do is laugh. And then he goes away. Go outside, talk to Erik. Go through the dialogue. You'll be magically transported to Remington. Talk to one of the adults or talk to anybody in the room. Go through the dialogue. And there you go. The event is complete. The reward for it this year is you get the clown outfit, and you also get the pet Eek. It's not really a pet, it's something you hold in your hand, and I'll show you in 1 second what it looks like. You're basically holding your hand by like a web, and it's a main hand. She just kind of sits there, you can talk to her. It's a little bit of funny dialogue, again, classic Jamflex dialogue there. You also get any of the past rewards that you haven't gotten from the other Halloween events. So the skin recolors you get, so you get like the blue and the, don't think you get the purple, but you get all the recolors for your skin. You get the housing, you get all the past event clothing, so you just get everything from this. And yeah, that's the Halloween event. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember to go ahead and give the video a like. Hit the motherfucking like button. If you want to see more content from the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We are starting to release the Hardcore Iron Man content. And links to all my socials are in the description, including my Twitch, which I am starting to do. And when you see this video, I'm probably streaming right now. So love you, bye.